I got it. Hello and welcome to Game 2 of the TransBay Championship Series here on PlayOnSports.com. It's the Play On Sports pregame show live from Henderson Field in Oakland, California. I'm Mike Cronin, flying solo today on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Today's matchup features the visiting Lowell Cardinals against the host Oakland Tech Bulldogs. Lowell comes into today's matchup up 1-0 in this best-of-3 championship series. The Cardinal beat the Bulldogs 1-0 this past Wednesday in San Francisco at SF State. Oakland Tech looks to even the series at 1 apiece. First, the lineups. So starting out with Lowell, they bat first Aaron Leung, who was the starter in Game 1 and pitched masterfully, and he's playing center field today. Batting second, number 25 is Elijah Saunders. He'll be pitching for Lowell. Batting third, Jake Simmons will be doing the catching. Batting fourth, Andy Glickfield. He's in right field. Batting sixth will be Vaughn Blue. He is DHing for Josh Ing, who's playing shortstop today. Batting seventh is Josh Vaughn. He will be playing second base. Batting sixth. Batting seventh is Jasper Scherder, and he will be playing first. Batting eighth is Ryan Worf. He will be playing third base. And batting in the ninth position is Jesse Tom. He will be playing center. Left field. And now the defensive alignment for the Oakland Tech Bulldogs. Pitching today for Oakland Tech is Stevenson Virgil. At catching for the Bulldogs is Marcus Miller, and that's Josh Stevenson Virgil pitching. At first base is Z Menken. At second base is Akiro Dewey. At shortstop is Josh Packard-Dolly. At third base is Ben Frady. In left field is Akamad Atue. In center field is Daniel Del Pino. And in right field is Chris Castillo. And we will pause, and we'll be back with you for the national anthem and first pitch.
Elijah Saunders.
All right, and we're back on a beautiful day here in Oakland with a slight breeze going from our right to our left. We are just a little behind first pitch. It was scheduled at 4:15, but we are coming up on it momentarily. The head coaches for Oakland Tech and Lowell, John Donahue for Lowell, and Eric Clayton mans the Oakland Tech Bulldogs.
Our parents and family members from
on the hill, as I talked earlier, is Elijah Saunders. His last start out was a very dominating performance against Washington High of San Francisco as he shut out the Washington High School and pitched the complete game, 6 strikeout, 3 walks, I believe. And to counter him is Stevenson Vigil. We do not have record of him currently, but I'm sure today he'll have his A game going. Oakland Tech just finishing their warm-up tosses. The field is also getting lined. We have full house today, packed bleachers here at Oakland Tech. Glad you could join us. As also I talked earlier, Lowell is up 1-0 as last game they beat Oakland Tech on Wednesday 1-0 behind a great performance by Aaron Leung. He was interviewed by our telecast that day. You can see that game in its entirety on YouTube and at playonsports.com. So check that out if you want to check the highlights and everything going on with the first game of this series. And right now, the coaches are just going over with the umpires, the final rules and regulations, and going through the ground rules here at Oakland Tech's beautiful field, named after the Oakland Tech great Rickey Henderson, who used to play for the Bulldogs many years ago, the former Oakland A great. And right now, we're just waiting on the final rules and regulations, if you will. So stand by with us, and we will have first pitch coming up soon with Leung set to step in the box against Stevenson Vigil. And just to give you a heads up while we wait, we can actually go through the Oakland Tech defensive formation again, just to give you an idea. As also the PA guy you can hear is the umpires announced. In the field for the Oakland Tech Bulldogs, again, we have Z Mankin at first. Wind kicking up as we speak. At second base, we have Akiro Dewey. At short, we have Jack Packer Dolly. Ben Fratty mans third base. Marcus Miller is your catcher. In left field, we have Akintunde Ahmad. Center field, we have Daniel Dalpino. And in right field, Chris Castillo. And Stevenson Vigil is on the hill for the Oakland Tech Bulldogs. For Lowell, the lineup, once again, Aaron Leung bats leadoff, followed by Elijah Saunders, Jake Simmons, Andy Glickfield, Vaughn Blue, Josh Vaughn, Jasper Scherter, Ryan Worf, and Jesse Tom rounds out the lineup. And as we talked earlier, the wind will probably be playing a factor here today. The wind's blowing in currently, as you can see in your picture, looking at the American flag in left center.
that endeavor. Thank
The
you.
field itself is a very unique shaped field. We got 315 down the line, 308. Dead center is actually, interesting enough, looks to be 300. And then in the right center to right field down the line, you have a big fence that comes up. So that looks to be a triples alley, if you will. But all in all, a really beautiful field here at Oakland Tech. As Stevenson Vigil just finishes warming up. And Lowell in their road unis, a gray pinstripe, while Oakland Tech's countering in their purple and gold trim with the white pants. Not sure what is the holdup, but we will be coming up soon. Looks like head umpire's giving him his last warm-up tosses. And we should be having a game here in a sec. Again, also, even though it's still earlier, remember that we will have a post-game show, and stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we will select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And as we're still waiting for first pitch, it seems that there might be a slight delay in figuring out the field conditions in terms of down the line and the ground rules. And it looks like we got Leung, and he's going to be stepping into the box here to start this game.
And now leading off for Lowell, playing center field, number 32, Aaron Leung.
And as we are first pitch and right to get underway here at Henderson Field in Oakland. Leung stepping in the box, wearing the number 32. And here we go. First pitch, high, 1-0. Leung steps out. Comes back into the box. And that is a strike on the breaking ball there from Stevenson Vigil.
1-1 count.
The Lowell dugout's already chirping a little bit here in the first. They have a right to be. They took game one on Wednesday and probably have some confidence coming into this game. Little low. 2-1 the count to Leung, who is going to UC Davis, as he told our telecast following Wednesday's game. Looking to walk on for the baseball program there for the Aggies. And here's the pitch. Strike. 2-2.
We got a 2-2 count.
Evens the count. 2-2. Stevenson Vigil gets the sign. Has the windup and the pitch, and it's chopped. Back to Stevens Vigil, and the throw, and Leung is out. So that's how our game starts off, with Stevens Vigil with a 1-3 to put out Leung.
Number 25, Elijah Saunders.
Accepts Elijah Saunders. Now Saunders' last game, as we talked about on the mound, was a beautiful game at AT&T Park against Washington High School. He also was 3 for 4 that game with 3 doubles. And in game one of this series, laid down a bunt that turned out to be the deciding run in the first inning against Tech. Takes a strike from Stevenson Vigil. Elijah Saunders wearing the big 25 left-hander. Many San Francisco fans would recognize that as Barry Bonds, but for Lowell, that's their Barry Bonds is right at the plate right now as he takes the ball. One out here in the first inning of Game 2 of this series, live in Oakland, California, on a very beautiful sunny day. The wind's kicked down. Takes it low, 2-1. Saunders steps back in. The low-cut pants top. Not too many high stirrups today in terms of socks.
2-2 count.
Takes the strike. 2-2 the count. Saunders steps out, steps back in. Stevens Vigil just getting the call from Miller, the catcher. Wind up in the pitch. And that is caught.
That's 2 outs. That ball was caught by a
great play by Akintunde Ahmad. It looked like it was slicing down at the last second, and he just got under it and
the catcher, number 28,
retires Elijah Saunders on the fly out. And now we have Jake Simmons at the plate. He is the catcher for today's game for Lowell. F7, by the way, for the Saunders put out if you're keeping track of score at home. And Simmons takes the first pitch. 1-0 the count. Simmons Vigil at the plate, or at the pitch, and strike on the low call there. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here in the first inning of Game 2 of this series. Oakland Tech looking to get a quick inning here. Last first inning of the previous game, it was actually a real deciding factor in the game as Oakland Tech committed an error that got Aaron Leung home, and that was actually the game-winning run there in the first inning. So Oakland Tech looking to have a little more crisper defense today. Stephen Vigil with the pitch, and that is right down the line. Fair ball.
That's a fair ball.
Simmons running first, and he's going to slide into second with the double. Right down the line, as you saw.
That's in the cleanup position for Lowell. Right fielder, number 30, Andy Glickfeld.
Right down the line there for the double. And there Glickfeld stepped up for Lowell High.
There's
2 outs. Runner on second. And here's the pitch. High, ball 1. It'll be interesting to note, too, how Stevenson Vigil responds to being in the stretch for the first time today as the runner is on second. Last game, actually, the Oakland Tech defense did very well against the real potent attack of Lowell when it came to base stealing as they picked off a couple of Lowell runners. Good hit there by Glickfield. And he's going around first. He's going to hold up at first, but he scores on an RBI with a great hit by Glickfield. He went opposite field, put it right to right center. Stepping into the box is going to be Vaughn Blue is going to be stepping into the box. He is DHing today for Josh Ing, who's playing shortstop. And Glickfeld's starting to get a big lead. Let's see if he goes here. Takes a secondary lead. Good hack there by Vaughn Blue. 0-1 the count. This is a big inning for Oakland Tech because they definitely don't want to be down behind too many runs here in the first. Want Want to get back into the dugout and get some runs. As we're having some little technical difficulties with some static. There we go.
1-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first.
Evens out the count, 1-1, 2 outs. Glickfield takes a secondary lead. And here's the pitch from Stevenson Vigil. High, 2-1. As he steps off and comes back in. Vaughn Blue, who came in as a pitch hitter last game and grounded out to second baseman Jack Dewey, or excuse me, Akira Dewey, in game 1 of that series. As Vaughn Blue takes time to talk to his third base coach. And he's coming back now. And it's also interesting to note that Elijah Saunders, Elijah Saunders flied out, but getting him back in the dugout and getting him ready to pitch will be big for Lowell High today. Great pitch there, and it evens the count 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And there we go. Runner goes. That's high. Glickfield goes into second with stolen base as the ball squirts by Dewey. But Dalpino is there to back up, keep him at second. And the count goes full for the first time today. Vaughn Blue at the plate. Where's number 41 with the high sock stirrup look. Very classic look. There we go. And the pitch. Fouled. Good hack there by Vaughn Blue. Count holds 3-2. The wind's kicking up a little bit more here as this first inning progresses. And that ball is smashed. It's going back. Ahmad going back, and he's going to look up and watch it fly as Vaughn Blue takes it deep to left center, hitting over the 308 sign. And Lowell takes a 3-0 lead as Vaughn Blue puts it into the seats there in left center.
The score, Lowell 3, Oakland Tech nothing.
That ball was smashed by Blue as he absolutely crushed it going into left center. Over the 308 mark.
The batter, second baseman, number 3, Josh Vaughn.
Coach Clayton will not be happy with this start to his team's game. And now stepping up is Josh Vaughn to the plate, and the pitch low, 1-0. And the pitch from low again, 2-0. So Stevenson Vigil is a little rattled, as many would probably assume, after giving up a home run. Let's see if he can settle down here. And the pitch, low, 3-0. 3-0 to Josh Vaughn.
Strikes, 2 outs.
Got to come in here for a strike. And the pitch. And he hits him.
That's a hit batter.
So Josh Vaughn is hit by a pitch. And Lowell's inning continues. And now Eric Clayton is going to have a meeting with his pitcher. Don't know if he's going to make the switch yet. He might be making a switch. We'll see here. Trying to settle down his pitcher as he's starting to get a little wild here in the first inning. And just to let you know that as we are having the time here, that Play on Sports will have live coverage of the rest of the TransBay baseball and softball series continuing on Tuesday, May 21st. You can catch all the action of the best 2 out of 3 series in both baseball and softball right here on PlayOnSports.com. And don't forget to check out the Play on Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all our upcoming broadcasts from around the Oakland and San Francisco sections and beyond. The spring championships are here only on PlayOnSports.com. And as Scherer steps into the plate, number 5, playing first base today for Lowell. And the pitch. And Stevenson Vigil pounds a strike. Maybe that coach talk really helped out the starter as he was getting a little wild. Needed to calm down a little bit. And he's got ahead of the count so far, 0-1. Taking a look there at Vaughn as they throw over to check out at first base. Vaughn taking a pretty good sized lead there at first. Inching off. And he's going to go. Ball high. And Vaughn's in there with a stolen base. So Vaughn steals second.
We got a 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner on second base.
With a 1-1 count as the ball was high. And Vaughn's getting already another big lead. Could go here. Strike. Good pitch there by Stevenson Vigil. And count 1-2, and he's ahead the batter third. The first baseman. And the pitch, high. 2-2, high and outside. So the count evens again. As Stevenson Vigil really needs to get out of this inning to keep Oakland Tech from getting too far behind in this game 2, an elimination game for Oakland Tech. Sure steps out, steps back in. Looks back Vaughn, and here's the pitch. High, 3-2. We got a full count, 2 out.
We got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And the pitch. Not even close. It's high, ball 4. So now Lowell has 2 runners on. First and second. With 2 outs here in the first inning. Ryan Werf coming in
First baseman
to the plate.
batting in the 8th position. Third baseman, number 2, Ryan Werf.
And the pitch, high, 1-0 to Ryan Werf. As the Lowell dugout's chirping a little bit more and more to the pitcher. Want to know the count to Werf, and the pitch. Inside, 2-0. Werf gets the sign, looks down the third base line, takes a couple of hacks, and steps back in. And the pitch. Good pitch there by Stevenson Vigil as he gets the bender in there. 2-1. Still not out of the woods yet, but that will help his confidence, definitely. And the pitch, high, 3-1 the count to Ryan Werf. With Jesse Tom on deck, waiting for his turn for Lowell. And it seems there's no one warming up yet in the Oakland Tech bullpen, so this is Stevenson's game so far, but he needs this pitch. And that's grounded to third, off the third baseman, and Lowell's going to hold that third. Base hit there, hard hit ball down the third base line, and Ryan Werf is going to get a single out of that. So now the bases are loaded for Jesse Tom, the 9th place hitter for Lowell. Looking to cause even more damage as Marcus Miller goes to visit his pitcher. Trying to calm him down. So now Tom steps in to face Stevenson. Stevenson gets the pitch, and that's hit right up the gut. 2 runs will score here, and Lowell's, no, 1 run. I thought they were going to send the runner on third.
The score is Lowell 4.
But 1 scores there. Great hit by Jesse Tom right up the gut. And Lowell is starting to pour it on a little bit here in the first inning.
Center fielder, number 32, Aaron Bean.
As the bases remain loaded for Leon. As he steps in. And the pitch. Low. Outside. 1-0. Steps out and steps back in. And here's the pitch. And it's foul just down the line. Hooking a little bit to the left.
So 1-1 now.
See if individual gets the sign. The wind up and the pitch. And that's it right up the gut. Oh, clanked off the shortstop. 2 runs are going to score here for Lowell. Runner going to third. And a great throw there, and he is out at third base. As Lowell gets 2 across, and that's going to be a 6-0 Lowell lead to start this game.
2 runs scored. That score is 6-0 Lowell. Going into the bottom of the first inning.
But for Tech, they got out of it, so could have been worse in terms of damage. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here today? Tell your school to sign up for this Play on Sports school broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. And we'll get a look at the Oakland Tech lineup for today. Leading off for Tech is Chris Castillo. In the 2-hole is Ben Pratty. Batting third is Akintunde Ahmad. Batting fourth is Marcus Miller. Batting fifth is Z Mankin. Batting sixth is Trey Clayton. He's going to be DHing for the shortstop, Jack Packer Dolly. Batting seventh, Daniel Delpino, who had a great outing there for Tech in Game 1. Batting eighth, Akiro Dewey. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Josh Stevenson Vigil. And on the mound for Lowell today is Elijah Saunders, who, as we talked earlier, had a great game against Washington High and looks to build on that today. Looking to close out the Bulldogs in this Game 2 of a best-of-3 series. In the field for Lowell today, we have In the field, we have Schur at first, Vaughn at second, Ing at short, Werf at third, Simons at catching, with Tom, Leung, and Glickfield in the outfield, and Elijah Saunders on the mound. And Saunders getting his final warm-up tosses. As Chris Castillo waits to step in for Tech. And here we go. Chris Castillo, batting lefty.
Setting the leadoff position for Oakland Tech, right fielder, number 21, Christopher Castillo.
As the Oakland Tech crowd cheers on Chris. Castillo steps in. Saunders gets the pitch, signal, and throws. Strike to start off to Castillo. And Saunders is a pretty good size senior there. He's a right-hander, throws real hard. And that's chopped to the second baseman. And Castillo is retired. As Vaughn tosses it over to Schur.
Is the third baseman, number 33, Ben Fratty.
So 4-3 the put out of Castillo. And Fratty steps up for the first time today. Saunders with the windup. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Fratty. With Akintunde Ahmad waiting in the on-deck circle for Oakland Tech. And already Saunders up 0-2, going right after these Oakland Tech hitters. Interesting to note, too, Saunders already out of the stretch with no runners on, which is a rarity. Low, 1-2.
You got a 2-2 count, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Correction, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
As Ben Fratty sees a 1-2 count and the pitch from Saunders. And that's hit to second. Second baseman ranged to the left. Vaughn ranged at first to the wrong direction and then came back and retires Fratty 4-3 again. And now with 2 outs, quick 2 outs, Akintunde Ahmad steps in.
Number 22, Akintunde Ahmad.
And Saunders is very quickly here going to have a shutdown inning unless Ahmad can do some damage and get on base here for Oakland Tech. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Big hack there by Ahmad. He's down 0-1 here to Saunders. Wind has seemed to die down a little bit. And the pitch from Saunders. Big swing and a miss again by Ahmad. And he is down 0-2 in the count. Saunders looking in. And the pitch. And strike 3. Great pitch there by Saunders as Ahmad gets caught looking. And after 1, it is 6-0 Lowell. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. Now, as we get back, it's already going to be a real challenge for Oakland Tech to go after and catch up to Lowell here with Saunders pitching the way he has been the last 2 games. So it'll be a real challenge unless Oakland Tech can get a couple of runs, but luckily for Oakland Tech that it's only in the first inning. So if they can maybe chip away a little bit more and more, they can catch up to the 6-0 lead. But they're going to need a shutdown inning here from Stevenson Vigil to keep them 6-0. Stevenson Vigil finishes warm-up tosses.
Former Oakland Tech baseball coach and faculty member at Oakland Tech. He was world famous as Ron Typewriter Mingo. Ron, tip your hat. The fastest typist in the world for a whole lot of years.
As we're waiting to start this second inning of action. Interesting to note, too, that Oakland Tech is not warming up anybody, so it's Stevenson still game, but you got to figure if it turns out to be anything like it was that first inning, he will be on a short leash here in the second inning. But he did get 2 quick outs, and then after that, it kind of went south there for Stevenson Vigil, and Saunders steps back in again for his second at bat. Here to start the second. And the pitch from Stevenson. And it's low, 1-0 to Saunders. Stevenson with the sign and the pitch. And that is cracked right up the middle by Saunders. Great hit there. As I look down the left field line, it looks like Oakland Tech has some people moving around in the bullpen. Do not see a number yet on that, but it looks like they are warming up.
Number 28, Jake Simons.
As Saunders starts off this inning with a single. And Jake Simons now steps into the box. He had a double in the first inning. Stevenson with the sign and the pitch. High, 1-0. As you hear the wind kicking up, that is that static you're hearing on this telecast. A little windy day, but it's starting to die down a little bit. Saunders getting a good sized lead there. Takes the secondary, and it's high 2-0 to Simons. Stevenson gets the sign. The wind-up and the pitch. Bunt, lay down. Beautiful bunt there. Saunders, big turn, but now he's going to go back to second.
There's one out.
As Simons with the sack bunt moves Saunders over to second with 1 out.
Batting for Lowell.
And now Andy Glickfield steps into the box. He is 1-0, 1-for-1 today with an RBI single. Steps in. And Lowell loves to bunt. They have really good bat control when it comes to bunting over. And Saunders is going, and he's not even going to get a throw as he slides in head first, right in the third base. Great read there by Saunders as he takes time to dust himself off. And that was also high for 1-0. as Glickfield gets back into the box. Also like to note that Lowell is really good at stealing as well, as coming into this game they've stolen already over 100 bases this year and are thrown out less than 10 times. So very good running the bases and bunting for the Lowell Cardinals. And credit to John Donahue and his staff. And Saunders is starting to dance off a little bit, distract the pitcher. And now it's 3-0 to Glickfield. And Josh Stevenson Vigil just seems to not really be that comfortable today on the mound. Being at his home field. Here we go, and the windup and the pitch. Strike.
Got 3 balls, 1 strike.
Strike there to Glickfield. 3-1 the count, though, with 1 down here in the second for Lowell. Stevenson looks in, gets the pitch and the windup, and that's smashed right through the third base, and that's going to score another one for Lowell as Glickfield hammered it right by the third baseman, I believe Ben Fratty there down the line. Great hit by Andy Glickfield, real solid contact as he's now 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Now steps up Vaughn Blue, who went deep against Simon's Visual, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as Coach Eric Clayton has seen enough here. Looking to see who's coming in for Tech. Don't see a number yet. Looks like number 2. And that's going to be Randall Jackson. Looks like that is Randall Jackson, and he will take the mound for Oakland Tech, hoping to stop some of this damage of the Lowell attack, and hopefully can get his team back in the dugout so they can take some more swings against Saunders. And we'll take a short break and come back with you guys in a second. And as we're back here, Jackson's getting his final warm-up tosses. On the day for Stevenson Visual, not one he would want to look back on as he goes 1 1/3, giving up, let's see, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 earned in 1 1/3 innings in this crucial Game 2 game for the Bulldogs of Oakland Tech. And now Randall Jackson hopes to improve Oakland Tech's chances on the mound, as Vaughn Blue, who homered earlier today, steps in. And we got time called.
This is number 41, Vaughn Blue, designated hitter for Lowell.
As time's called, and back to action as Glickfield starts to get a big lead there at first base. Randall isn't careful, he will run. Strike. Jackson with some more heat coming out, it seems, than Stevenson Visual. A little bigger as well. The righty checks the runner at first. Gives him a couple peeks. And he's going to throw back, and Glickfield gets back in. 0-1 the count to Von Blue. As Jackson better be careful, as Von Blue homered earlier today. And the pitch, and that's smashed.
That's a double play.
Sorry about that. Double play by the Oakland Tech defense on a great turn by Packer Dolly, who flips to second baseman Dewey, and then over to first Macon for the 6-4-3 double play. And as we get back here to Oakland Tech, sorry about that last half inning. So 6-4-3 on a great double play by, as I said earlier, Packer Dolly to Dewey to Macon to get out of the inning with only one coming across the plate. 7-0 Lowell as Saunders is back on the mound, warming up. And going to be stepping into the box is going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Bulldogs, which is Miller, Macon, and Clayton, looking to do some damage and get some runners against Saunders here. As Saunders pouring it in. So Jackson's now in for Stevenson Vigil, and he will be batting 9th in the lineup today for Tech. And we'll be going to the bottom of the second momentarily.
All right, leading off the bottom of the second inning for Oakland Tech is the catcher, number 13, Marcus Miller.
As Miller steps into the box, gets the signs, looking at head coach Eric Clayton down third base. Tell him, well, let's just get going and get on base, and I'll give you some more signs then. So he steps in. Saunders with the pitch. Good swing there by Miller as he fouls it straight back for an 0-1 count. Steps out. Miller wearing 13 with the low top on. The catcher steps back in and takes a strike, and already down 0-2 to Saunders. Now Saunders gets the sign from his catcher Simons. And the pitch, low, 1-2. Saunders gets the sign again, and the pitch, and that's hit. Down the line, beautiful hit by Miller as he's going to round two. And the throw, and he is safe in the second as the ball squirts by the shortstop. And that was the hit that Tech needed to kind of get back into this game as Miller leads off with a double against Saunders. And in walks Z. Mankin walking up to the plate. Number 8, first baseman.
The batter,
great hit there by
First baseman, number
Marcus
8,
Miller as he
Zeke
hooked
Mankin.
it just over the third baseman's head, but still hooked it inside fair territory, and it went down near the Tech bullpen and slid into second. So now let's see if they can get that runner home. Good shape right now with no outs, and their number 5 hitter Z Mankin at the plate. Takes the first pitch, 1-0. This also is the first time today that Saunders will have a runner on. Let's see how he reacts to that. See if it distracts Saunders from the batter at hand. Ed Miller's has inching off a little bit more, but not a huge lead. 2-0 as the pitch is low again. As Miller now is at the plate. Or correction, Miller at second, Mankin at the plate. Saunders steps off as Miller retreats back to second. Saunders waiting for his catcher. And now Mankin steps back in. Saunders getting the sign. And the windup and the pitch. Low, 3-0. That wasn't even close there by Saunders, who usually has pinpoint control. But now 3-0. And this could be a big inning for Tech. If they can make it on here, you got 2 on and no out. And that would be Trey Clayton coming into the batter's box next. So let's see. Let's see if Tech can get something going here. Strike. Good pitch there, right at the knees by Saunders. 3-1 the count.
Got a 3-1 count.
Let's see if Mankin has the green light.
Runner at second.
Is swinging here. Wind up. And the pitch. And that's chopped to second baseman Vaughn, who throws it over to Scherr. But Mankin does his job, advances the runner to third. Miller, and now Trey Clayton is up for Oakland Tech. As Trey has quite the following as he steps up to the backs.
For Oakland Tech is a designated hitter, number 24, Trey Clayton.
So 4-3 to put out Mankin there. And now Clayton's in the box. And that's a wild pitch, but small backstop here at Henderson Field, so Miller is not going to be running there. But Clayton takes the first pitch, 1-0. As the ball didn't squirt really far enough away for Miller to advance there. And Saunders' control seems to have gone a little south this inning. Maybe that double affected his concentration a little bit. Good swing there by Clayton as he fouls it off. Evens the count 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Saunders back on the mound. Gets the call from Simon. And he pitch. Right on the black there. 1-2. Good pitch there by Saunders. As Simons is just waiting for Clayton to step in and takes a peek at his dugout, gets the call, gives it to Saunders. Saunders with the windup and the pitch. Low. Good block there by Simons. 2-2 the count. 1 out here in the second inning, bottom of the second. Clayton, as we said on the Wednesday telecast, has a real nice uppercut swing to him. Seems he likes it low and inside. Is where he wants it. And the pitch, low again. And that's about 3 now that Saunders has really put in the dirt for his catcher to block.
Full count, 3-2. 1 out. Runner on third.
Now the count goes full with 1 out. Now Clayton steps back in. Saunders gets the read. And the pitch. And that's solid contact. Great catch. And they're going to double. Oh, no, not quite double him up.
Safe at third base.
Great catch by Vaughn Blue. Or not Vaughn Blue, correction. Josh Vaughn with a fantastic leaping catch, robbing Clayton of a sure double there and an RBI, and almost throwing out Miller at third, but he got back and the ball squirted by the third baseman there. Worth at third base. And now at the plate for Tech is going to be Daniel Delpino, who had a fantastic outing for the Bulldogs in Game 1, but just didn't get any run support as he lost the game. Unearned run, 1-0. Saunders low again. His really emphasis is trying to get low in the zone there. And that would be, by the way, F4 for you folks keeping track at home on the Clayton liner. And 1-1 on a great pitch there by Saunders. And what started looking as a promising inning for Tech as they had a leadoff double and worked 2 full counts has now evaporated here, and now it's 2 outs here, runner on third. And big swing and a miss there by Delpino, and now it's a 1-2 count here, 2 out.
Runner on third.
So what was a promising inning is starting to disappear here for the Bulldogs, unless Delpino has a hit in him. And just outside there by Saunders. Low and outside, evens the count 2-2. Delpino steps out, steps back in. Saunders looks in, likes what he sees. Time by Delpino. Playing a little mind games with the pitcher as he steps back in. Saunders with the read and the pitch. Fouled. Staying alive is Delpino there with a defensive swing. 2-2, count holds. As Saunders looks in. And the pitch, low and in the dirt.
We got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And the count full again for the Bulldogs. First 2 have not gone as they've planned, so let's see if this will go different. And the pitch, strike 3. Big swing and a miss at ball 4. As what was a promising inning for Oakland Tech ends in no runs. 1 hit with that double by Miller, and we are on to the top of the third. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are watching here today? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. And as Jackson is warming up a little bit for Oakland Tech, I will also let you guys know that stay tuned for the playonsports.com postgame show where we will select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. And that bottom of the second inning for Tech looked very promising, as we said, but, you know, they also worked, the next 3 batters worked the count full, but only one had a real productive out there with Mencken as he advanced the run to the third, but Clayton was robbed of what looked to be a sure double, and then Delpino with a big swing and a miss And now we move on to the third. And up for Lowell would be Josh Vaughn, the second baseman, who made a fantastic catch there. Very highlight. You'll see that highlight coming up on our telecasts in a couple of weeks and also on YouTube. As he reached up and made a fantastic grab and almost threw the runner Miller out at third. So now Jackson's getting his final warm-up tosses as he's working on a off speed there. It seems the crowd is still filing in. Glad you can join us today on a beautiful sunny day here in Oakland, California, in the Bay Area, as we have, well, representatives from both schools, Oakland Tech and Lowell. As they were joking earlier with the folks from San Francisco, that the San Francisco folks brought this windy weather to Oakland.
Is number 3, second baseman Josh Vaughn.
So Vaughn steps into the plate here. As both commissioners of the San Francisco and Oakland section look to be moving by our telecast. And the pitch, low, 1-0 by Jackson. And he gets the read from his catcher Miller. The windup and the pitch. Inside, 2-0. As Vaughn turns in to avoid that pitch. Jackson, the pitch. Strike. Got the inside pitch there. 2-1 the count to Josh Vaughn, the second baseman. Jackson with the windup and the pitch. And it's off Jackson. It's a shortstop, and he doesn't even have a throw as he's frustrated with himself. It got by him. Jackson looks to be okay. Looks to be off his foot, but he's okay. And that was the shortstop, Packer Dolly, who was charging in, and it just got under his glove. So Vaughn is on first with a single, and that will bring up the third baseman, and as we have a little technical difficulties there, sorry about that. As you guys have probably been watching, there was a pass ball by Miller. So we have a runner on the corners. And good pitch there by Jackson. As now 2-2, runners on the corners.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
No outs still here in the third inning. As Jackson checks the runners and now looks, gets a sign from Miller as Werf still at the plate. And the pitch, swung on, grounded through the wicker, and is safe at second.
Safe.
Almost Bill Buckner there as the ball got through the third baseman's legs.
The score is 8-0 Lowell.
8-0 Lowell as Werf comes through with the RBI single.
Is number 6.
And now Jesse Tom steps in for his second at-bat today as he got a base hit in his first at-bat. Single and rounded first and went into second as the throw was to the home plate. High, 1-0 to Tom, the left fielder for the Lowell Cardinals. And now Jackson gets the call and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Now time called as Miller goes to check on his pitcher. Look to strategize a little bit. Now the meeting of the mound is over. Milner returns to home plate. No outs here as Lowell is threatening again, up 8-0. Runners on first and second. And the pitch to Tom. Strike and a throw over to first. Sliding back is Worf. And now we got 1-2 the count. 1-2.
We got 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now the pitch. Low, 2-2.
We got a 2-2 count.
2-2 the count to Jackson. Jackson with the look in and the wind up and the pitch. And that gets by Miller, and the runners are going to advance to second and third now, and the count goes full.
Okay, we got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count now to Tom as the pass ball allows both Worth and Cher to advance to third and second here with no outs still in this third inning. 1 run in for the Lowell Cardinals. And the pitch swung and fouled. And we'll do it again. Count will hold 3-2. Now Tom steps in. Jackson ready. Wind up and the pitch. And fouled again by Tom. Staying alive. Now Jackson gets the sign. And the pitch. And that's chopped to the shortstop who fires across. Not in time. As Tom beats it out, getting the RBI single.
Jesse Tom was called safe at first.
And now it's 9-0 Lowell. As the top of the order comes up, as Aaron Leong is now at the plate. Milner giving the call to the Bulldog defense as the infield backs up a little bit. Third baseman Fratty even with the bag. First baseman holding on Tom. And the pitch nearly hits Leong as he spins out. Takes the count though 1-0. Elijah Saunders waiting on deck. Anxious to probably swing, I'm sure. As Tom's getting a bigger lead there at first. See if he runs here. Jackson stares him back. Leong steps back into the box. Seems like Tom is taking a secondary lead. Good hack there by Leong. And now it's 1-1. As the wind's kicking up just a little bit, coming from our right to our left. And now the pitch, low again. So 2-1 the count. Jackson looks in. Tom taking a little bit of lead. And that's smashed. Great catch by Dewey. Fantastic grab.
By our second baseman, Akiro Dewey.
Highlight reel there as Dewey saves at least a run, maybe even two, the way Tom was taking that secondary lead. And now Saunders steps into the box. He is 1 for 2 today with a single.
The pitcher, Elijah Saunders.
Jackson with the windup and the pitch. That wasn't close as Tom stands in the second with the wild pitch. And now Lowell has runners on second and third with 1 out for Saunders at the plate. And so far today, it just seems like Oakland Tech's pitching has let them down. In game 1, the pitching was very strong by Dalpino, but now it's been kind of just a little of a sloppier game for the Bulldogs. Still early, though, as Jackson pitches high. Now it's 2-0, the count. Saunders stepping out, stepping back in. Lowell up 9-0 at the moment. Jackson gets the read, delivers, and the pitch. Swung and foul off of Saunders.
Foul ball, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
Now it moves the count to 2-1. 1 out here. Checking the ball, doesn't like it. And now Saunders step back in. And the pitch from Jackson. Low again. 3-1. The runners retreat back to their bags.
1 strike, runners at second and third.
Now Jackson takes a second to collect himself. He's ready, steps back on the mound. The windup and the pitch from Jackson. And it's swung, chopped in through the infield. 2-run score. No, 1 run as the runner at third is held up again. Saunders delivers with the single and makes that 10-0 Lowell.
Batting for Lowell, number 28, the catcher.
As Worf scored, and Tom was held up at third. So now we have a 10-0 game, and Jake Simons is now at the plate for Lowell. He had a double and a sack bunt in this game so far, and it seems like there's more activity going on in the Oakland Tech bullpen. Now as a trio of players are strolling down there. Not sure if they're collecting balls or going to bat. Well, one seems to be warming up. Good pitch there by Jackson. 0-1 is the count to Simons, the catcher for Lowell. Number 28. Pitch from Jackson, swung on, and that has popped up. Center fielder's under it, and he's got it. And tagging in from third is Tom, and he will score to make it 11-0 Lowell. As Simons with the sac fly. Saunders stays at first. Now with 2 down, Glickfield is now at the plate.
Right fielder, number 30, Andy Glickfield.
Now Glickfield steps in. Jackson takes a glance over at Saunders. And the pitch, low, as Saunders advances to second on the wild pitch. Jackson. So 1-0 the count. 2 outs in the third inning, top of the third. As Jackson takes a second to collect himself, gets back on the mound, out of the stretch. Glickfield waiting for him at the plate. Miller sets up, and the pitch. Swung on, smashed through the infield. Saunders is going to hold up at third. Real hard hit ball there by Glickfield, who's having a great game so far, as he is 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 RBIs so far today.
Vaughn Blue.
So now Vaughn Blue steps in, who homered earlier today on a deep fly ball over the left center field fence. And now he's got runners at the corners, looking to do some more damage here with 2 outs. As Jackson gets the call, steps in. And the windup, low. 1-0 to Glickfield. So 2 on, 2 outs, 1-0 to Vaughn Blue, DHing today for Josh Ing, the shortstop. Vaughn Blue today, who's 1 for 2. He hit a home run. He also grounded into a double play. Got the count in his favor right now, just 1-0. And the pitch, and that's swung on, and great hit there by Blue as he drives in another one. Now Lowell goes up 12-0 as Saunders trots home. Blue with the RBI single.
Batting for Lowell, number 3, the second baseman, Josh Vaughn.
Correction, Vaughn Blue was the one who hit that. I might have said Vaughn with the smash, but it is Blue. So 2 hard hit balls here by Lowell in this inning by the last 2 batters. And now Josh Vaughn steps up, who is 1 for 1 today. He also was hit by a pitch, scored 2 runs. The pitch from Jackson, low again, 1-0. Ball squared away from Miller temporarily, but corrals it. The runners hold. Score 12-0 right now in favor of the Lowell Cardinals. Jackson takes a peek. Glickfield at second in the throw. And it's in there for a strike. 1-1.
Ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the top of the third inning.
Jackson takes a peek over at second again at Glickfield. Glickfield taking a little bigger lead at second base. Jackson with the look in and the pitch. Low. And now 3-1 the count. Or correction, 2-1 the previous one, so now it's 3-1. Now Vaughn back in the box in the pitch, and it nearly hit him. And now the bases are going to be loaded for Jasper Scher. It looks like Aaron Clayton is going to the bullpen once again as he visits the mound. And he is. He's going to go with, not sure yet, as the bases are going to be loaded now for Jasper Scher, who today is 1 for 1 Also walked once and scored 2 runs as well. And the pitcher to meet Jasper is going to be what looks to be number 3, Casey Bonzel, pitching now for the Bulldogs.
Now pitching for Oakland Tech is number 3, Casey Bonzel.
So as Bonzel warms up, let me just give you guys a quick reminder that Play on Sports will have live coverage of the rest of the TransBay baseball and softball championships, continuing on Tuesday, May 21st. You can catch all the action of the best 2 out of 3 series in both baseball and softball right here on PlayOnSports.com. And don't forget to check the Play on Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all your upcoming broadcasts from around the Oakland and San Francisco sections and beyond. The spring championships are here only on PlayOnSports.com. Also, stay tuned for the postgame show. Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show where we will select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And now the pitching line for Jackson. As let me look at my notes here. He had a 6-4-3 double play to get out of it, but he gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, also 5 runs. If I'm reading this correctly,
is the first baseman, number 5, Jasper.
He gives up 5 runs. And now the new pitcher, which is
we got 2 outs.
Casey Bonzel, looks to hopefully improve this for the Oakland Tech Bulldogs. And his first pitch is outside, 1-0. No place to put Cher here. And that's high, 2-0. And already, Bonzel is behind the 8 ball as bases are loaded. And the pitch, and that's swung on. Great stop there by the first baseman. He's going to get the out and get out of this.
Great play by the Oakland Tech first baseman, Z. Mankin. At the end of the 3rd inning, the score is Lowell 12, Oakland Tech nothing.
As Z. Mankin makes a fantastic play, as you hear from the PA guy here at Oakland Tech. And we go on to the bottom half of the 3rd inning here from Rickey Henderson Field in Oakland, California. Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. Now Saunders is on the mound again, doing his warm-up tosses. To meet him are going to be the 8, 9, and the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, as we see Dewey and Bonzel for the first time today, and Castillo coming up in the 3 spot. And as Saunders is getting his warm-up tosses. Well, defense so far today has been pretty solid as this game's progressing into the later innings. Only playing 7 here in the high school level.
Baseman for Oakland Tech, number 15, Akiro Dewey.
So Dewey steps in, gets the sign from his head coach, Eric Clayton. Steps in. Saunders ready. Third baseman Werf is right there up on the grass, expecting a bunt. And that's swung on and popped up. Plenty of room for Glickfield as Glickfield puts it away. So Dewey's retired. F9 on the very first pitch he sees. And now walking up is Bonzel for the first plate appearance of the day.
Number 3, Casey Bonzel.
So Bonzel steps in. Saunders gets the read and throws. And swing and a miss. Big swing there by Bonzel. Coming just off the bench, you got to figure he's trying to warm up a little bit. Take some nice swings, stretch out. Pitcher versus pitcher here. 0-1 the count. And that pitch is low, just low there by Saunders. Looked like he nicked the corner from my view. But it evens the count, nonetheless. 1-1. Bonzel steps in, and the pitch. And that's outside. 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Bonzel looks at the coach, steps back in. Saunders looks and delivers. And that's swung on, and that's going to be out as the center fielder, Aaron Leung, was playing a little shallow there and robs what looked to be a sure hit. And now Chris Castillo steps in for the Bulldogs.
Right fielder, number 21, Christopher Castillo.
And the pitch, low and inside to Castillo. 1-0 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Castillo with a slightly open stance. Swung on and fouled away. And now the count is 1-1. 2 outs here in this bottom of the 3rd inning for the home team Oakland Bulldogs. And now Saunders looks in. Has the call and the pitch. And that's swung on. Base hit by Castillo as he rounds first. And he's going to hold up at first base. Hard hit single there by Castillo. And now Ben Frady gets his second at bat of the day. He grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat in the first inning. It'll be interesting to see if Castillo runs here as he's starting to get a big lead. Takes a secondary and fouled away. Fouled away. As the field here at Oakland Tech's right down the street. So it sounds like no windows were smashed there. And we come back to the action. 0-1 to Frady. And the pitch from Saunders. Just a bit high. Looked like it might have broke in there. 1-1. The count. And the pitch from Saunders. 2-1 the count, just a bit inside. Castillo looks like he's not going to be running there at first base as Frady steps back in. Castillo, though, is taking a bigger lead, takes the secondary. Big swing and a miss there by Frady.
We have a 2-2 count with 2
now
outs.
2 outs and a 2-2 count here for Frady against Saunders. Saunders looks in. And the pitch. And that's swung on, lined up the middle. Shortstop Ing has it and throws it on the first to retire the inning. And with that, we move on to the top of the fourth as Lowell is in command here, 12-0 against Oakland Tech.
All right, everybody, don't forget about this snack bar with our chips, cookies, Gatorade, sunflower seeds, and candy. $1 for each.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here today? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other actions on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. And as Lowell gets out of that inning, you have to wonder when they're going to maybe call this game, as I believe it has to go 4 innings here if it's over 10 runs. But Lowell is in command here as they're cruising along. Now the third pitcher of the day for the Bulldogs, which is Bonzel, is starting to warm up and get his throws. And it looks like we're going to have a pitch hitter as number 2, Ryan Worth, is now going to be pitch hitted for, or Ronald Greedy is coming in for Ryan Worth. So Coach John Donahue is going to his bench, and Ronald Greedy coming in for the Cardinal. So John Donahue starting to empty his bench a little bit, give some players some more playing time as Oakland Tech finishes its warming up. And Greedy steps in for his first at-bat of the day.
Okay, we have a batter.
Worth finishes the day with a 2-for-2 day with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. It's a good day for Mr. Worth. And now Greedy steps in for his first at-bat. Big swing and a miss there. Down 0-1. Greedy with not really a lot of leg kick here. It's a very upper body swing as he gets a slight leg kick. Takes the pitch, and it would be 1-1. Now the pitch from Bonzel, and swung on, fouled straight back. 1-2 to Greedy. The senior looks in at Bonzel, and the pitch. Big bender, and late, delayed call there by home plate umpire, but it is a big bender. Strike 3. Great pitch by Bonzel. And now up to the plate is our second pitch hitter of the day. So number 24. Lincoln Chapman is going to be pitch hitting now for Jesse Tom. So Lincoln Chapman and Ronald Greedy are your 2 pitch hitters so far this inning. And Chapman takes the first pitch high. On the day, Tom was also 2 for 2. Had a big RBI there that last inning. Big swinging, foul it straight back. Is there? It's Chapman.
Okay, we have a 2-1 count, 1 out.
So 1 out here in the top of the fourth. And the pitch, high, 3-1 the count. 1 out for Chapman. The right-hander steps back in. Bonzel ready. And the delivery and the pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2, evens the count.
Count is 2-2. 1 out.
Chapman steps out, steps back in here. Bonzel looks at his catcher. Gets the read and the pitch. And he checked up, but he did not hold up.
Right.
And 2 strikeouts here for Bonzel in this inning. And now the leadoff hitter, Aaron Leong, steps up. As he is 0 for 2 looking for his first hit today.
32, Aaron Leong.
Leong steps in. And the first pitch from Bonzel. Just outside, 1-0. And high again, 2-0. As Bonzel takes a look at Miller's call and throws it in there and strike.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Now 2-1 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Bonzel with the windup and the pitch. Outside, 3-1. As Bonzel looks in, winds up and throws. Swung on and hit. And it's going to drop in there for a single. So Leong off the schneid as his first hit of the day. And now Elijah Saunders, or correction, we have another pitch hitter.
Batting for Lowell. Number 38.
Nicholas Rolfe will pitch hit for Elijah Saunders as Coach John Donahue still empties his bench. So Nick Rolfe comes in and is down 0-1. I'm sure also this is just like the normal high school rule where he's going to come in, pitch hit, and then Saunders is going to stay in the game and pitch. I don't see Coach Donahue pulling Saunders here. So Rolfe already down 0-2 with Leong on first, getting a little bigger lead, but he's going to be running anyways with 2 outs. And just fouled down the line. So we'll do it again.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Leong rounded second, didn't see the call, so he'll trot back to first. So we'll do it again. 0-2 to Rolfe. Bonzel out of the stretch, and the pitch. Low. 1-2. And Bonzel is the first pitcher today for Tech that seemed to really have his control not be an issue, as he's pitched very well up to this moment, striking out 2, and also striking out 3 now. So Bonzel comes in and has a great outing, inning there, as he strikes out all 3 pitch hitters for Lowell. And with that, we go to the bottom of the 4th here on your TransBay Championship Series. Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. And as we get back, it looks like Lowell actually will indeed relieve Elijah Saunders as he finishes the game today with an impressive day as he gives up 1 hit, strikes out 2. Correction, gives up 2 hits and had 2 strikeouts, no walks given up on the day for Mr. Saunders. And now on the mound for Lowell is number 5, Jasper Scher, as he will now come in to pitch. And at first base is number 22, looks to be Noah Goldas, is now at first base for the Lowell Cardinals. And it looks like the bench has been emptied for Lowell as number 49. Nope, Josh Ing is still in. Correction. But it looks like other changes we will see as the time and the game goes on. But it looks like this may be it as Akintunde Ahmad steps in now for the Bulldogs. He's 0 for 1. He got caught looking there in the first inning.
Is number 3, left fielder Akintunde Ahmad.
Now Ahmad steps in for a second at bat today, and the pitch fouled away. 0-1 as Scher now is on the mound, and he seems to be working kind of quickly, the left-hander. And the pitch outside. 1-1 the count. Ahmad steps in. Swing and a miss. Now it's 1-2. And Scher working quickly here as he doesn't wait around for the pitch and the batter. And he throws it. Just fouled away.
On the mound for Lowell is number 5, Jasper Scher.
Now Ahmad steps in. Scher ready. And delivery and the pitch. High. 2-2. Good take there by Ahmad.
All right, deuces a while on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Number 22 is the batter.
The windup and the pitch. And that's lined. But looks like Blickfield was there. So Ahmad is retired. F9 on the putout. And now it looks like we might have a pitch hitter. No? Miller's going to step in.
For Oakland Tech is number 13, the catcher, Marcus Miller.
So now Miller steps in. He hit a double today. Great hit by him earlier here in the second inning. Now step in. Takes the first pitch low, 1-0. Miller, who's been catching multiple pitchers today, as he's already catched 3 of them, takes a strike on the inside. Good pitch there by Scher. And now it's 1-1, 1 out here in the bottom of this 4th inning. And it's popped up. Playable for Glickfield again. And he puts it away again. Another.
That's 2 outs.
And now Z Mankin steps up. Z Mankin, who is the third baseman today.
Number 8, the first baseman, Z Mankin.
Now Mankin steps in. With his Bulldogs down 12-0. As Scher gets the look in and throws on a big curveball. Nice pitch there. That's 0-1. Big tender. Lefty gets ready and throws. Inside,
1 ball,
1-1.
1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning.
As Mankin steps out, steps back in, takes the pitch. Low, 2-1. Sherry with the pitch, and it's fouled away. Fouled away.
That's a foul ball.
2-2 the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
As the wind has kicked down here in Oakland. And now it's just a nice, sunny, beautiful day here in the Bay Area. Now Mankin steps back in. And the pitch from Scherer. And that's hit to the shortstop, Ing. Ricochets off him, and that's going to be, well, we'll give him a single on that. Ball ate up the shortstop there, Ing. And now batting for the Bulldogs is going to be number 24, Trey Clayton, who had a really nice hit there in the second inning, but it was caught on a great play by the second baseman, Josh Vaughn, who leaped up and made a fantastic grab. And Clayton swings at the first pitch, fouls it down the line. 0-1 the count. So 1 on, 2 outs here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs trying to get on the board here. And Mankin just gets back on a close throw there. And Clayton hits it, going back deep. Is it going to hold in the park? No, it's gone. As Trey Clayton smashed one over the plate, or over the fence, to put Tech on the board. And the Oakland Tech faithful really enjoy that, seeing their team get on the board there as they meet Clayton. So now it's 12-2, Lowell. As that fires up the crowd and the Bulldogs.
And Oakland Tech is on the scoreboard. Batting for Oakland Tech is number 42.
As we have another pitch hitter here for the Bulldogs.
Noah Suskowicz.
Suskowicz now steps in for Dalpino, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. And he takes the first pitch and swings, pops it up. Just over our heads here. So Suskowicz in now for Dalpino, and is down 0-1. And the pitch, low, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
So 12-2 here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Suskowicz is ready. Takes it for a strike, 1-2. Now Scherer looks back, gets the read. And Suskowicz again punches it foul. Suskowicz steps out.
We got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Scherer ready. The windup and the pitch. And a great pitch there by Scherer as he caught Suskowicz looking. And after 4 innings, it's 12-2 as Tech gets on the board with 2 runs there on the home run by Clayton. And we move on to the 5th inning. Or it looks like umps checking. Looks like the ump was yelling down the line there. Not sure what that's about. But we move on to the now top of the 5th. And due up for Lowell will be the 3-4-5 hitters. Not sure if Lowell's going to pitch hit any more players, but we will see as it goes on. Looks like we have a couple of new numbers here. So Simons is out. Pitch hitting for Jake today is going to be Justin Talbot. So Simons on the day was 1 for, well, he had a double and 2 sacrifices, 1 sac bunt and 1 sac fly, so he got some RBI on the day. But Talbot in, and looks like we might have some other pitch hitters for the Cardinals. As we take a moment in between innings, I'd like everyone watching to remember that stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Is number 7, Justin Talbot.
Now Talbot steps in and takes a swing and hacks it foul. Goes down 0-1.
1 strike.
So Talbot in with the high stirrups. Catching for the rest of this one, I assume. The big bender is a little too high.
That's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And it's evens out 1-1. High again, 2-1. That's Talbot.
Got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Waiting for the pitch. Outside, 3-1. As it looks like Tech might be warming up some of their bench as well, as a couple of players are trying out there. And that's going to be a walk there.
Ball 4.
So now the plate is 35. So Coach Donahue is...
Number 35, Chris Calhoun.
So Calhoun steps into the plate now, replacing Glickfield, who was 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and very well could be our player of the game. But there's a lot to choose from this little team, as they all had a pretty good day hitting. And Calhoun swings at the first pitch and pokes it into right field for the base hit as the ball gets by the second baseman, but Calhoun on. So 2 on, no out.
Is number 49, Jason Ng. Correction, Joshua Ng.
So now Ng will hit, as he was DH'd earlier today for Vaughn Blue, so now he will get a swing at it. So now Josh Ng steps in, takes the first pitch, So we got runners on first and second for Lowell. And Ing at the plate. The windup. And the pitch. Low again. So now it's 2-0. No outs here in this top of the fifth. And the pitch. And that's swung and hit right up the gut. Could be 2. 1 and 2. Double play. Sensational play by Dewey as he records the unassisted 4-3 double play there.
That was second baseman Kiro Dewey.
So 4-3 double play.
For Lowell is number 22, Noah Gould.
Talbot advances to third on the play. And now we have what looks to be another pitch hitter. Takes the first pitch. Trying to get a number on, I believe this is 22 here. Noah Goldhaas.
Got 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Number 22 at bat.
Yes, it is Noah Goldhaas. So he comes in for Josh Vaughn.
That's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the count now is 2-2 with 2 outs here in the fifth as the wind's kicking up a little bit more. And it's hit. Does it get through? And it does. Ball squirts out. Looks like that one is an error on that.
That's 13-2 is the score.
As Goldhaas gets it done. Gets on the error by the shortstop, Packer Dolly, as it just squirted out of his glove, and he's frustrated about that at short. And now we have another pitch hitter as Sal, it looks like number 29 here, Visal Patel is going to step in. So Coach Donahue's getting some of his bench players into the game now for Lowell. Big swing and a miss there. Evens count 1-1. Patel swings and fouls it down the line. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Now Bonsell looking to get out of this.
It is the top of the 5th.
And the pitch, low, in the dirt. Runner's going to advance to second. So runner now at second base. Patel waits. Bonzel delivers and is fouled right back.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Good swing there by Patel. Bonzel collects himself, gets back on the mound. Checks the runner, looks back at the plate. Bonzel out of the stretch. And he's going to check back and make sure the runner's not taking off on him, as the Lowell dugout doesn't like that. And the pitch. Outside. And now we're full.
Okay, we got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th.
And Bonzel's ready. Looks in at Miller. Gets the sign. Kicks and fires, and it's fouled down the line.
Foul ball.
We'll do it again. Count holds. As Bonzel looks back in. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss.
Steve, right?
And Bonzel gets out of it.
We're headed to the bottom of the fifth inning.
Giving up one run here.
13, Oakland Tech 2.
And we'll stay with you here as the bottom of the fifth coming up. And just a reminder, Play on Sports will have live coverage of the rest of the TransBay baseball and softball championships continuing on Tuesday, May 21st. You can catch all of the action of the best 2 out of 3 series in both baseball and softball right here on playonsports.com. And don't forget to check out Play on Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all your upcoming broadcasts from around the Oakland and San Francisco sections and beyond. The spring championships are here only on playonsports.com. And as the umpire is telling us, it seems that we are 3 outs away unless Tech can scrounge together some offense here. It looks like we are 3 outs away with the 10-run rule coming into effect here. So the umpires So it looks like the umpire is checking to see if they're going to allow this 10-run rule to be effect. So if Oakland Tech can't score more than 2 runs this inning, the game will be over. So they are asking Oakland Tech's commissioner, Russell White, to see if that's okay, as the Oakland Tech coaches did not want to agree to this. Well, we will see here if Russell White, the Oakland commissioner, agrees, as the San Francisco commissioner wants this to be. So as we wait, just a reminder, our post-game show, we will have a live interview with a selected player from the winning ball club. Right now it looks like a player from Lowell, but you never know until it happens, so don't want to count out the kids from Oakland Tech just yet. So 10-run rule is now in effect. So if the Bulldogs do not score 2 runs here in this bottom of the 5th, this game will be over. So the Bulldogs will need to scrounger some offense together if they want to continue this game, or else we will be at the end here of our telecast today. So the last hope for the Bulldogs will be Dewey, Bonzel, and Castillo will be the last 3. So it looks like we have a pitch hitter. We have number 1 for the Bulldogs coming in, and that's Jesus Reynoso, and he will be replacing Dewey.
Number 1, Jesus Reynoso.
So Reynoso steps in for the first time today, and he's already down to 0-1. So this is it. So Oakland Tech doesn't score 2 runs. We are all done here. And the pitch to Reynoso, and he takes outside, 1-1. As the sunny day at Oakland continues with the wind now just feeling about right. Big swing and a miss there by Reynoso, and now it's 1-2, the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
No outs here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Scherer fires, Swing and a miss by Reynoso, and Lowell is 2 outs away from capturing this TransBay Championship Series. Now, number 3, Casey Bonzel steps in as he flied out to center field in the first at bat on a great hit, but it was great read by Aaron Leong. And takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 2 inside. Now Bonzel steps back in. And the pitch from Scherer. Swing and a miss. Catcher holds on.
That's 2 outs.
So strikeout there. And now the final hope for Tech rests in Chris Castillo, who is 1 for 2 today. Or correction, we have a pitch hitter. So Castillo's out.
Batting for Oakland Tech is number 44.
So Keenan Rickey will step in for Chris Castillo as the final hope. So Rickey, the final hope for the Bulldogs here. Takes a strike. And the Lowell fans are on their feet now, expecting 2 more strikes away from this victory and this championship for the Cardinals. High, 1-1.
1 ball, 1
As
strike,
Scherer
2 outs.
working quickly, back on the mound. Rickey waits. And the pitch from Scherer. And it's fouled. And now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So now
2 outs.
the Bulldogs are down to their final hope. 1 strike away as the Lowell faithful is on their feet. Rickey steps in. Scherer ready. And the pitch. Strike 3 as Lowell wins the championship. And now the Lowell Cardinals storm the mound as Lowell takes the TransBay title, sweeping the Bulldogs 2-0.
Congratulations, Lowell.
As Rickey kicks the helmet in disgust. But Lowell, from the beginning of this game, just dominated the Bulldogs as they put up a 6 spot in the first inning. And with that, we'll take a break, and we'll be back for a player interview and some post-game wrap-up. So stay with us.
Glickfeld.
All right, welcome back to our post-game show with Andy Gleckfeld,
Yep.
the right fielder for the Lowell Cardinals. Andy, today you were 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Tell us a little bit about how you were feeling. It seemed like you were hitting the ball really well today. Did you come in with a certain game plan or anything like that? Or
I just knew that this was, if we played a good game, this was going to be my last game as a Lowell Cardinal, and I just wanted to leave it all out on the field. There's no reason not to, And so I was feeling good, and when you feel good, everything clicks.
All right. And tell us a little bit about this right field. You made some great catches down the line. I was taking a look at it. It seems like a kind of challenging right field there. How did that affect your game there?
Well, it was interesting coming off of playing at AT&T, which also has a short porch and a lot of wind. It wasn't as bad. But yeah, there was a little bit of a wind factor, but I don't know. I just you watch the ball into the mitt, and that's all you can do.
All right. And last question: how's college? Are you being recruited by anyone, or?
I'm going to Southwestern University. It's in Georgetown, Texas, and I look to play ball there. So.
All right. Well, congratulations on the championship, and good luck in your future.
Thank you.
And that will wrap up for the post-game interview, and we'll be back with a final thought.
All right. Thank you.
So, some final thoughts real quick. Lowell wins the championship, TransBay championship, as they have a great season, the Cardinals. So that's going to wrap it up here from Henderson Field, where Lowell beats Tech 13-2 to win the TransBay championship. We'd like to thank you for joining us today, live from sunny Oakland, California. For my producer, Omar Lewis, and cameraman James Davies, I'm Micah Cronet saying so long on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.